All right, so I am here today with Miss Stephanie Styles Connor, and we are going to talk about her new business venture, Studying Play Baton Rouge. So, Stephanie, just start off and introduce us and tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Stephanie. I'm originally from California, moved here the day of the flood, fun fact, in 2016, yes, by way of Atlanta.
Okay.
I went to Southern, shout out to that. Graduated with my MPA as well as my Juris Doctorate. So from there is when I established Study and Play because of a lot of the support and community that I was looking for in law school was family oriented in a sense, because I had my son. So trying to figure out how to maneuver and study and balance time was something that was a big part of my journey. So with doing that, we were able to establish Study and Play.
Good. All right, so I have a couple of questions here that's going to kind of touch on a little bit of everything to give the listeners a little bit more information about your center.
Yes.
So can you share a bit about your background and what inspired you to start Study and Play?
Well,
especially let's talk about law school.
Okay. That was an experience like absolutely no other. It was always a dream for me to go to law school, and it was just the cherry on top that I got to go to Southern Law.
Absolutely.
And in doing that, I was able to welcome my son, Reese, and it was an adjustment. Especially with having a new baby. And as I stated, I'm from California. So all of my family is in California.
So you don't have family here?
I did not have family here. I have my husband.
Okay.
And he's wonderful. But two people with a newborn baby, first-time parents. He was in the churches with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was absolutely in the churches with me. And just trying to maneuver that and balance time, because I've always been a scholar. My mother has always enforced how important education is, and that's something that no one can take from you. And I just knew I was going to be a lawyer. So I was like, okay, we got our son. I'm in law school. Let's make it happen. And that was when my journey really started. I thought it started when I got accepted into law school, but for me, it really started when I was trying to figure out how to balance motherhood. And trying to succeed at my personal goal is going to law school.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you persevered and saw the bigger picture down the road.
Yes.
Okay, we have another Black female attorney.
That's right.
So let me ask you this: do you guys also, on top of students, do you also cater to, like, if someone wants to have a meeting here, but then their kids? Like, how does that work?
So we do have the supervised play aspect of it. And although we don't have the meetings per se, but if the student parent is like, yo, I have this study group, there are other parents, can we come? Absolutely. Hey, we're doing a tutoring session for some of our student parents. Can we use your facility? Absolutely. And the supervised play is also included in that. So we're trying to help accomplish those academic goals with those student parents, because as a student parent, and I was also the child of a student parent, trying to balance, trying to find that community and trying to accomplish your own academic goals while, trying to manage parenthood. It takes a village.
Oh, absolutely.
It takes a village, and that's something that we pride ourselves on, is being that village. So if you have a study group, or if you have to host a meeting, or if you have homework, or if you have a test, or any of those things that you need to use our facility, we make ourselves very much so available.
That's awesome. So can you walk us through a typical day of what it would look like if you have a study group here?
Something that's unique about us that we were able to establish through surveying some of the student parents on campuses. Shout out to Southern University, shout out to FAMU, shout out to DRCC, shout out to Baton Rouge General Nursing School.
And we'll be sure to tag all of them.
From the survey, we were able to establish that a lot of times student parents either they align their childcare with while they're at work, or they align their childcare while they're in school. But those after hours when they're trying to either go to class, study, do things like that, that's when they were really struggling, and that's where the time constraint came. So we solely operate from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. because it's just within the need of the community who we're trying to serve. And we're open on Sunday. So we operate from Saturday to Friday.
Okay.
We're closed on Saturday because if not, everybody will be here every day. Everyone needs a break. And then we also know that, when you're a parent, your week starts on Sunday. Your week does not start on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So the typical day here starts around 3 p.m. We have our student parents come. We have our volunteers come. And they get the much needed study time that they need, and we have a blast outside. We have a blast. We're gonna do it cool, right?
Yeah,
so
we're gonna get absolutely
the bubbles and things like that really keep the kids entertained, engaged, and I know your audience can't see it, but if you look out the window, they can't see in, but the parents can see out. So it gives them that sense of, okay, I know they're safe. I know they're having fun. I still have my eye on them.
Yeah.
But it's in such a way that the children don't really see the parents.
Yeah, that's good. That's brilliant. I love that. So then you mentioned about the glass, and I think that that's an awesome key. How do you handle safety and security for the children while parents are studying?
So we have faculty on staff and volunteers. Something also unique about our program is that we are a service learning center. So some students and student parents can utilize our service learning center to go towards their degree completion. So the hours for internships that's required for your degree, you can do them here. So you can bring your child with you and get those hours accomplished. Or if you just like the vibe, you can come and do it. So a lot of the volunteers, we have them at the front door. We have, as you'll see in this tour, we have our intern desk. We have a lot of qualified, verified volunteers that come and are able to, do their hours here and just enjoy what it is that we're trying to accomplish. So that's how we make sure we stay safe. That's how we make sure that, the children with the supervised play are well supervised. If any emergencies were to occur, we are equipped in addition to their parent is still on the premises.
Yeah, absolutely. So how has the community responded to Study and Play since inception?
It's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. Shout out to Junior League. Shout out to, again, those institutions that we named earlier. They all saw the value in what we were doing, and they're like, wait, we do have student parents. I'm just like, yes, you do. There's non-traditional students. I cannot stand that term, but they're considered non-traditional students, those adult learners, the people with other obligations. A lot of the time the institutions sell that, or we have non-traditional hours and you can take night classes and things along those lines, but those things need additional support because they're outside of traditional hours. So in that, the community has been very welcoming to us, has been very receptive and very included in a lot of things that we do. Again, we were going to the campuses and like, hey, we're offering this service, and they're like, we like that. What about service learning? Can we also incorporate that some way? So it's been very transformational in the education sphere, are being more inclusive, having more resources that are outside of campus. Because a lot of times, sometimes you'll have childcare on campus, which is absolutely needed and necessary, but also those additional resources outside of childcare is necessary for those student parents. They need those additional resources and those additional villagers for them. So,
absolutely. I agree 1,000%. So, in what ways do you think that Study and Play is making a difference in the lives of families?
I love that question because we just graduated our first cohort. We have a law student who is a mother of 3. We have a nurse who graduated from Baton Rouge General, who just passed her exam. Shout out to Kelly.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Congratulations, Kelly. We also have someone from undergrad at Southern who graduated with her early child care. So to see that, in addition to some of the students who haven't graduated yet, but still was like, I don't know how I would have got through this semester without you, has been very fulfilling.
Yeah, it's very rewarding.
Very rewarding, and let me know, okay, God put this on my heart for a reason. I'm on the right path, and obedience is key. Amongst those who we graduated, the ones who are still in school and still trying to accomplish those academic goals, the feedback that they gave me was fulfilling within itself. It truly was. I have some who told me I wouldn't be able to do this without you. My GPA they were able to raise their GPA because they felt more supported. They had somewhere that they could go.
Yeah.
A lot of times, which people don't consideration is some student parents don't come here.
Yeah.
They come here for school. You know,
like your story, right?
Exactly. They come here for school. They don't have family, or they have family that is limited. And sometimes, you know, that family or extended family, they don't have the space to help you at that moment, or, you know, they have their own schedules going on. So that doesn't mean that test isn't due. That doesn't mean that homework is not due, you know. So what am I to do?
Just also you guys being accessible and available on weekends is key, like especially at Sunday.
Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes Saturday is hard anyway, so if you guys are closed on Saturday, that works. But Sunday is definitely the day where we get things back in order to prepare for the week. And so you guys are providing this service to those student parents and families as a whole. You know, that helps. Also, I believe wholeheartedly letting children engage with other children or other families or other adults outside of what's inside the home, it's a part of the developmental process for the child as well. So I think it's beneficial for both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when I tell you, that was intentional.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we do here and we offer here is very intentional, because when we did our survey, parents were hearing guilt.
Okay. Yeah.
Not feeling like they have the time, feeling like, oh, I hate putting my child in front of a tablet.
Yeah.
I hate putting my child in front of the television just so I can get this done.
Yeah.
So when we tell them, you can bring them, we have supervised play. They're like, play. I'm like, play. They're able to have and build those social skills. They're able to have those other influences on them. They're able to have that community, because these are also people who are in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make it.
Yeah.
You know, so you have that sense of camaraderie. You have that community. And then the best part, which is something that I tell the parents, is typically, and this is also on our page, after they leave here, the child goes to sleep. And that's something that one of our student parents shared with us. She said, I hear him, but I can also still focus because I know that he's safe.
Yeah.
That supervised play aspect of it, it's such a simple concept. It's not offered everywhere. A lot of times they have workspaces and they have little play areas for the kid, but the parent is still required to have the supervision of their child. So you're splitting that attention. And sometimes when you're splitting attention, you can't focus how you need to. You can't receive what you're reading. You can't, you know, work at your highest capacity because you're splitting your energy.
Yeah.
So to have that supervised play to where you know, okay, they're playing, I know they're safe, I know no harm is going to come to them. And I love that you mentioned comfortability, because as a parent, it's very hard to be comfortable with other people have your children. But we have created such a space that when they come in, they're like, so it's like that comfortability that gives you another layer. The inclusiveness and being supported. When you're comfortable in that support. You know, knowing that this person is here to help me. And that's something that we love to offer, and I love that the student parents have been very receptive of it. They are like, oh, guess where we're going today? They call it the Playhouse.
The Playhouse.
So it's something that again, it was really intentional, and it was something that God outlined for me and told me, okay, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm the executive director. He is the CEO.
I know.
He truly,
Yeah.
truly, this was between me and God, and he laid it out for me so clear.
That's good. That's beautiful.
And in such a way that we were able to do this.
Yeah. And I'm sure so many families appreciate your obedience there. And sometimes when he lays it out, it's hard to do. You're like, well, wait, this might not be it. So I'm sure many families appreciate your obedience. So when we talk about the future for study and play, are there anything or any ideas, any new techniques, any new expansions or services that you guys are on the horizon?
Yes. Partnerships.
Absolutely.
When you spoke about community partnerships, something, again, this has been a very intentional initiative, okay? So we operate after hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times the parents are like, oh, what am I going to feed the kid? Or let me cut my study session short. And we've been able to partner with EBI. We've been able to partner with the food bank. So as they're going to be providing snacks, we're going to be providing food for the children. So the parent doesn't have to be like, oh, what am I going to do about that? How can I, can I bring snacks? And I'm just like, we got you. If you want to bring snacks, please, by all means, we have a refrigerator. We got you. But also, if they're like, yo, we was running short on prices today, we got you covered.
Yeah.
We truly, and again, intentionally, created a space that we have you covered.
That's good.
We have you covered. Something that I was super proud of with Junior League is, as you know, they have their diaper bank. We're going to partner with them for their diaper bank because sometimes student parents, financially strained. If you don't have diapers, you can't take your child to child care.
You're not.
Which means you're either missing out on work or you're missing out on class, right? If you have a need, you can come here and we can help figure that out for you. We partner with the food bank. So whereas if you need formula or if you need additional food, if it's been a rough week or month for you, we can help you.
That's good. So it's on the spot assistance and use the resources. That's beautiful.
Exactly.
I love that. All right, so as we move forward, let's talk about some personal insight. So what has been the most rewarding part of running your operation?
Seeing it through. Seeing it through, because it gets hard.
Yeah.
It gets hard when you don't know what you're doing.
And it's also rewarding too when you see it through, you do your part, but then you can also encourage the student parent.
Exactly.
And motivate them to see it through.
See it through and understanding that it's bigger than me. It truly, truly is. Like, it was just bigger than me and it was a need. Not a necessity. It truly was a need. So to be able to see that through and then to have the confirmation of seeing it through not only from God, but from the student parents who again were like, I don't know what I would have done without you because I don't have it. I don't have additional funds for after school care or after school child care. I don't have extended family. I don't, I was really struggling and I was considered dropping out.
And then it's not even, I want to just add another thing is that sometimes Mama or Mimi or Gigi is tired of watching kids all the time. So, sometimes to have a community resource in place, to have another option, a plan B or a plan C, without having to ask my friend, it just gives you that. I love it.
And you know what? That is something that one of our other students mentioned. She was like, my mom just wasn't up for it today. But again, I still have this test. I still have to study. I still have these things that I'm expected to do. So sometimes you don't need childcare. I just need this addition. I just need 2 hours so I can get through this chapter. I don't need you to have my child for 8 hours. I just need this help here. And that was something that I found a lot of student parents could relate to because they're like, I don't need the whole 4 hours, 5 hours. I just need get people
This is one more thing. Now you speak of hours. Is there a max amount of hours?
Yes. So for our student parents, we have 2-hour max study sessions. So
Okay.
for 2 hours, you have to supervise play. You can utilize our facility. But what we do is during midterms and final season, we extend that to 3 hours.
Okay.
So within 3 hours, you can get as much done as you possibly can. Hopefully, we'll give you an additional hour when you get home because your child will be sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. But we do typically 2-hour study sessions, and then during midterms and final season, because that's crunch time,
Yeah.
we give you that extra hour.
I love that. I love that. Now this part, if you don't answer this, he'll take this off. But so like if I need to use the space
Mm-hmm.
and I bring my kid in for a 2-hour session, I have to remain on site?
Yes.
Okay.
You cannot leave. We are not a child care.
Well, in closing, I would like to say, how can our listeners find out more about Study and Play? I know you gave your handle for Instagram. You mind giving that again?
Absolutely. We are Study, the letter N, Play, BR on Instagram, and then we're Study, the letter N, Play.
All right. And so can they book online or?
Yes. It is booking online because it's just easier for us to manage how many student parents we have, to know how many children to expect, and then to also manage the 2-hour study session window. So you do have to book online, but it's really easy to do. Very easy to assess.
Is there a capacity on how many kids can be in here at one time, or?
So when we did the survey, most of the time 3 was kind of like the max. We had some 4, but it wasn't in such a number, and then we were like, okay, we need to extend it to 4. But with 3 kids for your 2-hour study session.
I think that's awesome. So they will be booking and paying that one fee for 3 kids?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
So it's not per child.
It is not per child, and we are $25 for a 2-hour study session for up to 3 children.
That is awesome.
And that's something else that we're working on. We're working with their institutions and surrounding institutions so that this can be as accessible as a public library. We don't want student parents to have to pay for something that should be included in the school that they attend.
Very much.
So until we can get that ball completely rolled out, we try to make it as affordable as absolutely possible. So for $25, 2 hours, up to 3 kids, food, snacks, support. You don't have to, as you'll see in the tour, you don't have to forfeit your study time if your child becomes sleepy or irritable, because we have a quiet room for that, to where they can take a nap, to where they can take a time out if needed, so that you can still be in your study session. You don't have to turn over those hours or lose that valuable time, because as we know, kids sometimes get overlooked. They get sleepy. It gets real. So we were very intentional about everything that we offer.
That's good. That's good. And when we talk about the kids, what are the age ranges?
So from 6 months up to 12 years old. Okay. So we have a whole lounge to where they can, which you'll see in the tour, they're able to bring their console if they want. They're able to do their homework there. They're able to just hang out.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's great. All right, and so my last question would be, is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience about your journey or your business? Anything that you would like us to do, or, how can we help support? And now I say we, my listeners or our community, what would be your expectation for the community to support this initiative?
To know and understand. Every season takes a village. Every season takes a village. And sometimes student parents get left out of conversations.
Oh, absolutely.
They do, because we're still operating, although we've made such progress, we're still operating in an archaic education system. And sometimes they don't consider student parents. They get left out of conversations because we know they're there, but we don't necessarily know how to help them. Exactly. They don't know what they need or how to be a resource or how to provide those resources to them. So what I would like for your listeners and for our community members to know is equality across the board. Equality and village across the board.
Yeah.
Knowing that one in five students is a student parent in post-secondary education. 1 out of every 5 students. And it's specifically in Louisiana, upward of 50,000 are student parents in post-secondary education, with upward 24% being single mothers. So when you look at those numbers,
That's a big number. How do we make the largest impact to help support that number? That's a big number.
it is a big number, and what we can do to impact that, partnership.
Yeah.
Partnerships. And I am so big on collaborative efforts. Truly I am, because you can't do everything, but if you can be the hub for the resources, that makes an impact. If you can be there for someone who is in need, that makes an impact. If you can be there to tell someone it's okay, you're doing great, that makes an impact. So to just understand that village is necessary, collaborative efforts are necessary, and to acknowledge what an actual non-traditional student may need in order to accomplish those academic goals, so that you're setting them up for success, and not sometimes student parents get overwhelmed because they don't have the support, so they're dropping out. But you still have that student loan. Absolutely. You're trying to come back into school, and you're trying to balance
Work life, home life, school life.
Exactly. So when you take those things into consideration and all the aspects that are required for those non-traditional student parents to feel supported, I would like for our community to really champion equality, educational equality, and understand that resources in village and community is the only way.
Well, I'll add on something too for our followers. Make sure you guys follow the page, share it, repost it, get the word out. Because again, you are a part of the village that our student parents need.
Welcome to Study and Play, Baton Rouge's first family-friendly study center. I'd love to show you our study room. Ready for our tour?
Absolutely. Let's
All right, right this way. So first we have our study lounge. This is where our student parents come and they're able to utilize our center. We have Wi-Fi, we have study materials, we have supplies, and then we also have everything that you would need for a successful study session. Next, we have our quiet room. So as you know, sometimes children get a little overwhelmed or get a little sleepy, and opposed to the student parent having to forfeit their study session, we have come up with a solution with our quiet room.
This is really nice,
Thank you. We're very, very proud of it. This is our quiet room. So our quiet room, it has, just in case the child needs a time out, or if they're sleepy, even babies, we have a crib, or if they need a calming session. We also have pull-out beds for the toddlers if they need a second to just gather themselves and then go back and enjoy the fun. And now for my favorite part, our play area.
Fun.
So, this is where all the fun happens. I know, I absolutely love it. I love the ball section. I love this because they're able to jump that energy out.
Oh yeah.
They love the bounce house. And then we also have our playpen for our smaller study and play babies. They're able to still be engaged with the play that's going on, but still safe in their own area. We have our library. Some of the kids, sometimes they don't want to play, they love reading, or they just want some time to themselves. They come, they're able to enjoy our beanbag, sit with Mr. Teddy, and read all of the age-appropriate books. So that's something that we really, really enjoy. And sometimes some of our volunteers will come and sit with them and read to them or read with them.
Yeah.
What I like to do is have them read to me. So just to encourage, you know, exactly, the literacy.
Yeah. I love it.
This is our supervised play area. So this is where our interns as well as our volunteers sit. They have this desk for the welcoming door, and then this is also the desk for our interns, just to make sure that all areas of the floor is covered and for safe play.
I love that.
Yes, I love that.
And it's a lot of space back here.
Yes.
So if your parents or anyone would like to sit back here, they can as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's very nice.
Thank you. Something that I love about our play area is please get a glimpse of all of these toys and all of this area. These were all donated toys.
Oh, really?
Yes, from our different community members, different organizations. They're like, we have some stuff that we too would like to give. So we have all the toys. So they're able to keep themselves occupied and, you know, keep themselves engaged.
That's good.
This is our clubhouse, which is our teen room.
Okay.
For our older kids who don't want to be out with the babies.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Oh, I love it.
So for our older kids, they're able to use the TV if they want to watch movies or if they want to bring their game console and plug in and play. We have the cool gaming chairs. We have a couch if they just want to chill out. We have tables if they want to study or if they want to eat or, you know, whatever they would like to do. And then, of course, we have, go ahead.
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it one time. One time.
One time for my boys. Okay. Repeat.
Yes, in my former life, I played in the WNBA. That has never been my calling, too short. So also, something that we have that I absolutely love, too, is we kind of have a backyard. So you can have some outside time. And then something that we're also working on with our partnerships is we're going to start a community garden.
I love it.
So the kids can come, they can grow food, and then we're going to prepare the food, and they're able to eat their work.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're learning life skills. They're getting outside sun, some good vitamin D.
That's beautiful. I love that. And that's also something that the parents can do with them.
Absolutely.
Right? So let's say, hey, let's go check on our garden. Let's check on our greens.
Yes, let's check on our tomatoes.
I love that. I love this space.
Thank
I really,
you.
really love this space.
And that is our center.
And so, okay, these are the restrooms.
Yes.
Okay.
Restrooms, and then we have our water fountain just in case the kids get thirsty.
Yeah. This is really, really nice. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, here to inspire and help you be free. Motivation, this is the Life Academy. Empower and give you the tools you really need. Motivation, this is the Life Academy. Yeah, over overcoming obstacles with life changes. Tune in, we want you to join the conversation. Life tips from nutrition, even real estate. It's time to live your best life. It's time to be great. The Life Academy.